If I were to tell you that there's a 95% chance that if you ride a roller coaster, you will die, what would you do? Do you think you'd ride it? Hi, my name is Stephanie. I'm a therapist on Long Island, New York that specializes in the treatment of eating disorders and body image issues. Now, I know my question before seemed a little outlandish, but the reason why I asked you that is because your answer is probably no. Now, you may not know, so 95% of dieters will regain their lost weight within 1 to 5 years. Wow, so that's basically a 95% fail rate. So why do people do this time and time again? So the first part of it, and by the way, that statistic is out there. You can check it out on yourself. I found it from the NEDA website, which is the National Eating Disorders website, National Eating Disorders Association website, NEDA.org, and I'll link it below if you're interested in checking it out for yourself. So that just didn't come out of my own mind. That's a real statistic. So what are diets? Diets usually is what we classify them as a period of caloric restriction in attempts to lose weight. There's some sort of restriction. And usually people start to seek diets when they want to lose weight, and that's not something, and they're not really, they want it to be fast. They want it, the more instant gratification than if it was maybe a lifestyle flip or lifestyle change. So what is the diet industry? The diet industry, obviously we know it's that the multi-billion-dollar industry in America, probably in the Western world, that sells that, oh, this diet pill is going to work for you. You're going to lose, 20 pounds in a month, or and it's going to trim inches off your waist. You hear these all the time. So my question then is, if the diet industry was as successful as they claim to be, how are they still in business? Because if they were as successful as they claim to be, everyone would be at their goal weight, and they would no longer need the diet industry. However, that's just proof that the diet industry is bogus. That and a lot of people invest a lot of money every year in trying to get different supplements that'll help them lose weight, get different diet pills, diet nutritional drinks, whatever it might be, that's supposed to be in an effort to lose weight. But it doesn't really make sense that they would still be in business if they were so successful. Just think about that for a minute. So now, why don't diets work? Why, if it's something that we know doesn't work, and there's a 95% chance that it doesn't last, why do we keep doing it? Well, yes, before what I said that the 95% of dieters will regain their lost weight within 1 to 5 years, that's obviously stating that people are losing weight with diets. The problem is that it's not sustainable, because when we are restricting ourselves, the reason for it is because restriction does not last. It's not sustainable, because ultimately your body's going to really try to do whatever it can to get you to give it what it needs. And then if you continue to restrict for a longer period of time, your body is going to cling on to any type of changes when you start to increase your calorie intake again, or increase your intake in any ways, that it's going to start to hold on to those things. That's kind of what you hear about starvation mode. Like, it starts to enter starvation mode, and then all of a sudden your body's clinging on everything, which may be stored as fat. So this is just why we keep doing this to ourselves. It's something that you hear that everybody's on a diet. Almost diet talk is everywhere. No matter what you do, no matter where you go, I'm sure that probably on the daily you're hearing about someone saying, oh, I was so good today, I only had a salad, or I skipped breakfast today, I feel so good about myself, or yeah, I can have cake tonight because I just worked out 3 hours at the gym, and all these things. Now the problem is that the correlation between diets and weight gain, in addition to all the other problems I had just said, there is a strong correlation that is being suggested, that there is a big correlation between dieting and the possibility and likelihood of gaining more weight than a person who doesn't diet often or doesn't diet at all. So now that I just explained all these answers as to why diets don't work, you're probably thinking, now you just gave me a problem, where's the solution? So my solution, and probably for anyone in the eating disorder field or eating issues, eating disorder, body image field, would suggest that the real answer to all of this is intuitive eating and intuitive movement. Movement means working your body in ways that are mindful for you, but not necessarily needing to go to the treadmill and running for hours. But I'll get to that in another video. So intuitive eating, I wanted to talk about a little bit. How do you get to intuitive eating? Most people freak out with this because they say that if I'm intuitive eating, I know I'm going to eat everything. I'm just going to eat all these cupcakes because I love cupcakes. I'm going to eat all these pancakes or whatever it's going to be. But that's actually not going to be what happens. Yes, it might start out that way if you start to re-listen to your body, just because you restricted it for so long. So it's kind of like letting that wild animal out of the cage again. However, when you start to retrain your body, and sometimes it does need to look a little bit more structured, especially if you had an eating disorder, you're recovering from that, a nutritionist likely will give you a meal plan. And the reason for that is it's providing you structure so that your body can start to reset itself and start to recognize its own cues. Because when we're able to get back to listening to our bodies, think about it. Think about when you're a baby. Well, you probably don't remember, but think about other babies. When they cry, that means that they're hungry. They're not thinking of anything like, oh my goodness, I love formula, or I love milk, or oh gosh, I probably shouldn't eat now because I want to lose weight. They're not thinking of any of that. They're just thinking, I'm hungry and I'm going to eat. And they listen to that and they let you know. So when we start to re-listen to our body, like throughout society, throughout our world, we're constantly told to ignore it. Like you have structured times when you're allowed to eat in school throughout and all of that. And we're eating sometimes when we're not hungry or when we're not even wanting something. We eat out of boredom, or we skip food because we don't have time. And that really sends our body out of whack. So when we're paying attention and we can reconnect with our bodies are so much smarter than any medical book can ever be. Our bodies are so much smarter than any diet out there. You can't trick your body. Our bodies, not each one of ours, but human bodies have been around for a very, very long time. It knows better than anything else, anyone else, or anything that our mind could tell us much better than all the other information that we're inundated with on a daily. So when we start to reconnect with our bodies will tell us what we need and when we need it, but it's really just about being able to listen to it and being able to trust it. And I know that's a very scary thing, especially if you struggled with eating disorders or any eating issues, but that's really what a work of a therapist who specializes in that type of issue can help with, as well as a nutritionist who specializes in eating issues and eating disorders. So my question for you today to answer in the comments is, has there ever been a diet that finally made you crack and be like, you know what, diets don't work, I'm not doing this anymore, I'm done with this whole cycle? If there is, leave it in the comments below. If you have any suggestions for future videos, please leave it in the comments below. If you like this video, please like it. And if you like these types of videos, including information about eating disorders, eating issues, body image, general mental health, and tools that can help you in any of those, please subscribe to my channel. If you're interested in reading a little bit more about the information that I talk about in these videos, I do offer a blog. You can check that out in the description below. There's a link below. And I hope to see you in my next video. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye.